Why hasn't my doctor discussed this with me? Well, first of all, I'm going to tell you that this syndrome, MCAS, is relatively new. First of all, first case series reported in 2010. And then some papers discussing how it should be classified and what it takes to determine the diagnosis. A couple of themes here, the great masqueraders we'll touch on a second, because it is something that really will confuse people and can confuse it because it could be one cell is wrong and yet it creates so many problems. I'll talk about the old proverb of the blind man and the elephant and how things can come in, things in threes sometimes can be bad, and we'll go over that. And then a little bit about new treatment that I've seen work and just reported a case. So it used to be that various infections, syphilis and tuberculosis could affect everything, every organ in the body and give you symptoms. Then later on, celiac disease, and it still does, causes so much in our environment, in our body's environment, if you will, that can create anything from restless leg syndrome to neuropathy to brittle bones. But the patients who present with MCAS sometimes are thought to be factitious. I'm going to just tell you some things that are really, I would say, prejudiced by doctors. Patients who have more than 3 or 4 or 5 allergies, automatically, patient's nuts. But you'll see in MCAS, this is very common. Patients who have a positive review of system, where every system and symptom is checked off, they think I'm in trouble. This patient is making it up, or they have Munchausen's disease, where they think that they're sick and they make themselves sick. But in fact, MCAS is none of these things. It is a problem, however, that with subspecialization, a patient will go from one doctor to another. They'll see a neurologist with migraines. They'll see a gastroenterologist for their irritable bowel syndrome, a rheumatologist because their muscles are aching. And each of these individuals will come up with different diagnoses.